everybody, it's Budget Bunny here with Willow and Ollie, although you wouldn't know it because nobody's in my shot. Oh, I think Willow's heading over there. So I thought today I would finish off my Q&A videos. I'm sorry it's been so long since I shot the first ones between like then and now. I've just been really busy. I did have inventory at my work, and then I was going on that business trip for a few days, and my battery needed charging on my camera. So that's why it's been a little bit longer than I had planned. But I'm going to try and get it all done now. So the next question was from X Keep Calm and Trot On X. And they ask, I really want a bunny, but I have a cat and she's kind of mean, so I don't know what to do. Well, unfortunately, cats are cats are predators and rabbits are a prey animal. Sometimes cats and rabbits don't get along. If you have a mean cat and you're concerned that they're not going to be very nice to your rabbit, then I would suggest either not getting a rabbit, or if you're going to get a rabbit, just make sure that they are somewhere in your house that can be fully closed off from your cat during floor time or when you're not home. Bubbles99546 asks, which one of your bunnies gets the most excited during floor time? Well, that definitely has to be Willow. She loves to do bunny 500s where they like just zip around and do laps on the floor, and she loves to binky. She's just such a character. It's so hilarious. They also ask, which one of your rabbits is the newest, second, and third? So I'm pretty sure I answered something like that in an earlier question, but I got Rocky first, then Ollie, then Willow, and then Honey. Reborns and Some Crafts asks, where did you get your rabbits? I knew this question was coming up, and I really hate answering it because I feel like people are going to really judge me. I know some people can be very judgmental about this, but the first two rabbits I got were from pet stores because I honestly didn't know any better, and my second two were rescues. So when I first got Rocky and Ollie, I got them from pet stores, not realizing that rabbits, I had never heard of Rabbit Rescue or the Ontario Rabbit Education Organization. I've never been to a shelter. When I thought of a shelter at that point, I thought cats and dogs. And I knew the importance of, especially cats, of rescuing cats, but I had no idea that you could get rabbits from shelters. I assumed you got rabbits from breeders or a pet store because I had never heard of them being anywhere else. As well, I never checked my local shelter because we didn't have one at the time. It burnt down before we got Rocky and has only recently opened, I think in the last year or so. They had to rebuild the whole facility, and it relies strictly on donations. So I didn't find out about Rabbit Rescue until I had already gotten 3 of my rabbits. And the reason why I advocate adopt and not shop is because as much as I love Rocky and Ollie and I wouldn't trade them for the world, I wish that I had known about it, and I wish that I had been able to rescue animals, 2 of them anyways, that really needed a home. You know, and that's why I go to Rabbit Rescues, Bunfest, and things like that, and I like to donate money to shelters and everything because you know, I'm not trying to be hypocritical, but I'm trying to prevent the same mistake that maybe I made from happening. Luckily for Rocky and Ollie, they've got a great home here, but I will never buy another rabbit from a pet store, and I truly believe that there are so many needy rabbits out there that need homes already I just, you know, I think now, I wish that animals, a lot of pet stores around here now don't actually sell animals anymore, which I think is great because that temptation to buy them isn't there, and I think people don't know. Like, I would have never known about Rabbit Rescue if I haven't, oh, there's Good Binky from Willow. I would have never known about Rabbit Rescue if it wasn't for the All About Pets show. They just happened to be there one year, and it's the first year we went, but we already had our rabbits by then. And, you know, if I had known about them, then I would have definitely checked them out and applied for one of the many rabbits there that need homes. So I don't know if you guys know, but Willow was actually a baby rabbit that I found outdoors in a bush. She was being attacked by a crow, and so I brought her home with me. I wasn't even sure if she was weaned. I mean, you guys have seen her. She's definitely not a wild rabbit. Now, there is a pet shop that sells rabbits near me, so I don't know if she was being brought there and escaped, if somebody ditched her outside, or if someone ditched their pregnant rabbit outside. We're not sure what happened there, but she did have a lot of problems with her front paw for a while. Luckily, she seems normal now, but yeah, that's how we got Willow. And then with Honey, by the time my husband said we could get Honey, we had decided this is the time when I knew about rabbit rescues and adopting from shelters, and so he said for Christmas that we could go to a shelter and adopt a rabbit. Well, then the shelter, not so locally to us because the one local hadn't opened again yet, but one that's about an hour away from us was under investigation, so we couldn't actually go to the shelter and pick out a rabbit, even though we had looked at a few online. So what ended up happening was we were at a pet store about a half an hour away, and they were having an adoption event. Sometimes like our local PetSmart and some other ones in the areas will have some of the smaller animal rescues comes in on the weekends with different animals that are up for adoption. So Honey's mom had actually been dumped somewhere and she was pregnant, so this rescue took the mom in, and of course then there was a litter of kits, and that's how we ended up with Honey. So Honey and Willow are rescued, and Ollie and Rocky were from pet stores. And sorry if that was a really long answer to that question. I just don't want you guys to think less of me, because, you know, I really do love my rabbits, and I really do feel bad that, you know, I didn't know any better, but I really didn't know any better. Can you stop nibbling on my book, Willow? So anyways, they also ask, how old are all of your rabbits and what made you want one? I think I've answered both of those questions already, so I'm going to skip that. Red Rachel 7, how long should a bunny have playtime each day? How long do you let your bunnies run around? How often do you let your bunnies play outside? Your rabbit should have a minimum of 2 hours, absolute minimum, of free range time a day. I try to give mine 3 or 4 a day. It just depends on how quickly I can get home from work and get them set up. On the weekends, they're out the whole day. So I usually do like, I'm just trying to think, at least 6 hours per pair of rabbits, so that they have pretty much a full day of play, or half day, I guess, of play. Or the odd time on the weekends, what I'll do is give one pair an entire day to play, and then the next day the other pair will get an entire day to play. But everyone gets at least a couple hours a day. How long do you let your bunnies run around? I think I kind of just answered that question. And how often do you let your bunnies play outside? Mine don't play outside that often because it's too hot here in the summer and it's too cold in the winter. And I want to be outside with them because I don't really think that your rabbits should be outdoors running around unattended. So spring and fall are usually when they're out, and of course it has to be not too hot, not too cold, and kind of a nice day. It also has to be nice enough that I want to sit out there with them. So I usually say anywhere from about 14 to 20 degrees Celsius is when my bunnies are outdoors. It's usually only maybe a handful of times a year, but I do love bringing them outside because it's way less mess for me to clean up and it gives them more room to run around. And I think fresh air is important for every animal. K Hearts Piggy says, how big does the cage have to be? Your cage should be at the very smallest an extra large size dog pen. That's a good starter cage for them. But so either an extra large dog pen or an X pen. Those are roughly about 2 feet wide by 5 feet long. That's what the House Rabbit Society recommends. It allows most rabbits to be able to hop, you know, comfortably at least 3 times from one end of the cage to the other. And it's good if you can put levels in your cage because that helps to keep their muscles nice and strong too. George Pet Lover, why don't you show yourself? Who's your favorite YouTube people? Who inspires you? How many pets have you owned? So I've already answered the first 3 questions. How many pets have I owned? I don't know offhand how many I've owned. I think we have 13 now if you count the fish. So we've got 4 rabbits, 2 guinea pigs, 3 cats, 2 dogs, the parrot. Oh, we have 14 if you count the 2 betta fish right now. And I've kind of gone over in previous segments of this Q&A what pets I had before. Look at these guys all flopped. They are just so cute. You're so cute, guys. Let's try that. Oh, I can't go down any further. So cute. 3030's softball chick says, is there certain degrees that rabbits should not be exposed to? Like if it's under or about a certain temperature outside, do rabbits get aggravated or distressed? And how much exercise should rabbits get a day? And what kinds of vegetables are rabbits supposed to have each day? So I've already answered the exercise question. As far as temperature, rabbits should not be outdoors in weather that is hotter than 25 degrees Celsius, which is 80 degrees Fahrenheit. To me, that's what the absolute hottest is that the HRS recommends. To me, I don't bring mine out past 20 degrees. It just gets too humid and hot here, and I find then all they would do is just sit there kind of panting, and that's a really bad sign if your rabbit is breathing heavily, that they're just not, you know, able to cope with the temperature. Lop-eared rabbits can't regulate their temperature as easily as rabbits with sticky up ears. That's what my little brother calls them, is sticky up ears. And because their ears hang down, there's not air getting underneath there. The absolute coldest, I think, is about -10 or -20 degrees Celsius. I'm trying to think of what that'd be in Fahrenheit. I think that's about 20 degrees Fahrenheit, somewhere around there. If they're outdoors in a hutch or something like that, which I don't recommend, all my rabbits are house rabbits, but if they are outside and they're in a sheltered place and they've got lots of warm straw, maybe there's a pair of them to keep each other warm. I know in some videos people use kind of like heating pads and things like that, then they should be okay. However, again, I don't keep my rabbits outdoors, so I would never have them out in those kind of cold temperatures. And as for the kinds of vegetables rabbits are supposed to have, you can try things like red leaf lettuce, green leaf lettuce, Swiss chard, collard greens, romaine lettuce is another good one. In limited amounts they can have like parsley and carrots, spinach. There's tons of different vegetables. I do have a video on what you can feed your rabbit as per, like, regarding vegetables and fruits and things. So I suggest you check that out. And that's it for the next Q&A segment, and I will be uploading the next one shortly.